Pleasant day, everyone. My team members and I are here today conducting a supply chain audit on the Jamaica Broilers group of companies. Supply chain management is a critical component for a successful organization as it coordinates the movements of goods through manufacturing, distribution, wholesale, retail, and consumers. During this presentation, we'll be providing insight into the operations of Jamaica Broilers Group. We'll be identifying the problems that the company is currently faced with, the origins of the problem, as well as assessing the level of impact that the problem has on the organization. Furthermore, we'll be providing applicable recommendations that the company can use to solve these problems, as well as explain how Jamaica Broilers Group operation can become more sustainable in terms of economic, social, and environmental dimensions where applicable. Let's get into the presentations. The Jamaica Broilers Group is a vertically integrated agricultural business with operations in Jamaica, Haiti, and the United States. JB Group is a poultry company that manages everything from egg hatching to ready-to-eat offerings in stores. Their product ranges from chicken byproducts, and animal feed. Jamaica Broilers Group sources its raw materials locally and internationally. Local suppliers include IGL, Seprod, and Petrodram, while international suppliers include McMaster and PapMap. When goods need to be replenished in the stores department, the stores department usually notifies the purchasing department, after which the purchasing department coordinates with the logistics department to have the goods delivered from local and international suppliers. After the products are manufactured at their various plants, they are then sent to the cold room and the distribution warehouse for storage before being dispatched to retailers, wholesalers, and the final consumers.
The key problems that are currently affecting Jamaica Broilers Group are 1. Inventory and warehousing, 2. Distribution and transportation. Currently, Jamaica Broilers is experiencing an influx of chicken, and as a result of that, it has limited their storage capacity for the company. For example, their stores department right now is under severe pressure. Why? Spare parts, machinery, and even raw material had to be increased because of the increase in demand for the products. Jamaica Broilers inventory normally ranges from 1 million to 2 million kilograms at any given time, but because of the increase, it has now changed to 2.5 to 3 million kilograms at any given time. Even when the raw material has become finished goods, Jamaica Broilers still have a problem. Why? Because they need more storage, or they need more cold room facility to facilitate the amount of products that has been produced. So Jamaica Broilers has to outsource warehouse facilitation. As we speak, they have 2 external warehouse down by wharf as we speak right now. Onto the distribution side of it, we have more products, and now we need more distributors to distribute the products to the respective retailers. So Jamaica Broilers also have a problem, and there's also a disruption in their supply chain as it relates to the distribution side of it, because we need more distributors to distribute the items effectively and efficiently to the retailers so that our end consumers can be satisfied.
Of the identified problems and the level of impact it has on Jamaica Broilers. So, because of Jamaica Broilers' increase in production, it has had an impact on numerous departments within the company. But I'll just focus on 3, which is the stores department, the finished goods department, and the distribution department. In the stores department, Jamaica Broilers need to store more products because they increase their production. So therefore, because they need to increase the storage, they have to store more goods on a daily basis. The increase of production on a day-to-day basis, the stores department has reached their maximum capacity, because with the increase of production, they have to increase the raw materials that they store, PPE, and also machine parts and other necessities used by the company on a daily basis. But because of this, They have no space to store all these items. So what they have to resort to is a just-in-time method, where they contact the supplier when they need the item. And this can pose a problem, as whenever they need the item, the supplier can let them know that, hey, we're out of this, and this will be a major problem for the company, such as PPE. You know that persons have to wear their PPE on a daily basis, and also machine parts. If this machine doesn't have a certain part, it will cause lost time and the company losing out time on production. So that is one problem that they need to get sorted out. And next problem they have is the finished goods. When these large sum of birds are being produced on a daily basis and they are sent to the cold room storage capacity is met and limit each day. So therefore they have to stop production sometime so that they can find spaces to load these truck to free up the space in the cold room so that they can have space for these new products that is being made. Sometimes that causes production to be halted for like an hour and 50 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes they have to call in trucks to start load the truck so that they can free up space in the cold room so that they can have it for these new products that they are being produced, which sometimes cause spoilage and stuff like that. And they have to even resort to storing their product by the wharf, and that is additional cost to pay for the rental for the storage, and also to get drivers to bring each product on a daily basis to that warehouse to store, and also when they need it to send to customers. And next department that is being affected is the distribution department. The distribution department is affected as there's more products going out, so they need more trucks, they need more truck drivers. And on the large trucks, they have 2 persons on each truck. Those 2 persons, one is a driver, one is a sideman, so they need 2 persons additionally per truck. So that has been a problem for them to get in new drivers with trucks who are honest and fair and stuff like that, who can represent the company in a good manner. Also, they have to pay more money, so that they have to go, because they have to go to the location in Kingston to get goods to go to their destination, which is time consuming and stuff like that. So those are the problems affecting the company.
Recommendation to address the identified problem faced by Jamaican Broilers Group. In order to improve the operation and flexibility of the supply chain, it is best to follow these recommendations. So our first problem is insufficient storage for a finished product. So we recommend additional storage space or establishment of storage space. So for instance, Jamaican boilers could expand on their cold storage area, right? Or they could either establish a second storage area, which they'll still have both of them in the future if needed. And they could also go to the extent where they rent cold storage area, but it's quite costly. But even though it is costly, it is still beneficial. And it helps with the smooth running of production, and it helps with not having spoilage of products and so on. Our second recommendation is that Jamaican boilers could implement refrigerated container. Just like Juicy Patty, it is less costly and the company will have it to use in the future to store excess product. Our third recommendation is make use of the vertical storage. So in addition to store things horizontally, Jamaican boilers could utilize the storage vertically, which will help to gain more space. In that sense, they would spend less in renting storage room.
One issue that they have been facing is a lack of drivers for the transportation of their products. We know that if there aren't enough drivers to deliver the products, the supply chain of Jamaica boilers is in fact in deep trouble, and we do not want this. So let's give them some issues. So one thing that they could do is they could partner with neighbor distribution companies. By doing so, they will gain more trucks and they will also gain more workers. This will in turn ensure that the delivery is done on time. Another thing that they could do is employ part-time workers. By employing part-time workers, the distribution of the company will increase, as Jamaica Boiler will be able to make more delivery on time. they could actually have employees working overtime. With overtime working, employees will be able to make more delivery and pickups for the company while they earn. And Jamaica Boilers, you know, can actually have them work from, let's say, like from 8 to 6 o'clock. By doing this, the efficiency and flexibility of the organization supply chain will actually improve. Another issue that they are being facing is the insufficient vehicles for distribution. We know that as a number of goods are being produced by Jamaica Boilers Group, the company will require more vehicles for the distribution and delivery of their product in order to avoid supply chain delays. In addition to purchasing more vehicles, they could actually lease more vehicles, as a part of their mitigation strategy. So more trucks mean more delivery, means fewer delays, and means fewer delays mean more profit for Jamaica Boilers. After all, time is money and both are valuable assets to Jamaica Boilers.
Jamaica Boilers Group and corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility can be defined as a management concept where organizations incorporate social and environmental consideration into their organization processes. Over the few years, Jamaica Boilers Group has been quite philanthropic in its activities in compliance with its giving back policy. According to the Jamaica Boilers Group annual report, the company have participated in several community initiatives. These include the JBG Back to School initiative, where the company provided school bags filled with supplies to basic, primary, and secondary schools, Easter Street for the elderly, Teachers' Day luncheon, Christmas door-to-door, in which the company provided grocery bags to community members, and cancer awareness pageants. As a part of JB's group environmental stewardship, the company continued to explore new ways to reduce consumption in energy and water, in addition to using the preservation principles that is of reuse, reduce, recycle, and recover. Other successful environmental stewardship programs by JB Group includes the discovering of new biodegradable product packaging that will reduce the company's carbon footprint. Also, the company continued their partnership with the No Dirty Up Jamaica campaign for the upkeep of the Old Harbour community, in which they have engaged in several coastal and beach cleanups. Furthermore, iPro, as mentioned before, a brand of Jamaica Broilers Group, have launched an Oreca and a MA1007, two new products that will help the company in reducing its environmental footprint here in Jamaica.
Even though Jamaica Brothers Group has been economically, socially, and environmentally sustainable, there are a few ways that they can increase their sustainability. These include developing an initiative for microfarming, evaluating the company's energy consumption, offering more remote work, finding suppliers that are more environmentally friendly for raw materials and other products and services, and eliminating paper from most, if not all, of its business operations. To sum up everything, Jamaica Brothers Group has a few key issues. These include a shortage in truckers to make deliveries due to increased production, insufficient vehicles, and the lack of storage, so they had to resort to external storage. This, however, caused them to incur additional costs to their budget. Concerning Jamaica's Brothers Group reduced storage capacity, a few recommendations are made. These include expanding and adding the cold storage, reducing the aisle width of the storage area, and improving the company's management systems. Alternatively, for lack of truckers, recommendations include hiring part-time truckers or partnering with nearby distribution and delivery company, among other things. In terms of insufficient vehicles, it is recommended that they purchase more reefer trucks to transport their products, as more trucks mean more deliveries and seamless logistics. Jamaica Brothers Group has also been quite philanthropic over the years Jamaica Brothers Group can also develop an initiative for microfarming and also evaluating their energy consumption from an economic standpoint. Jamaica Brothers Group can become more environmentally sustainable by offering more remote work, seeking more environmentally friendly suppliers for raw materials as well as other products and services, and eliminating paper from most, if not all, of their business operations. For social responsibility, Jamaica Brothers Group can launch an initiative aimed at educating people on the importance of sustainable agriculture and a sustainable future. And they could also collaborate with the Forestry Department on National Tree Planting Day.